The summer season is an amazing time of year, but it can also be harsh on your hair, leading to dry ends, faded color, and much more. We're going over 5 hair care tips that you can be applying to your summer routine to keep your hair fresh all season long. Let's go. Summer is my favorite season. I mean, it is my name after all, and with the season of summer comes endless sunshine, days out in or on the water, and vacations to look forward to. But all of that sunshine and water exposure can come at a price. Dry ends, brittle hair, and fading color all can be caused from the sun, chlorine, and saltwater exposure, but the 5 tips I'm going over today are going to be the perfect balance to keep you and your hair in tip-top shape. And before we get started, I want to hear from you guys what your favorite part of the summer is. Are you as obsessed with it like I am? Tip 1 is to wear a hat to protect your hair from sun exposure. We often only think about the effects the sun has on our skin, but it is also damaging to our hair as well. Think about the tan or burn you gain on your skin from being out in the sun all day. Some of you burn more easy than other. Being a natural redhead, I go from pale to burnt real quick. Our hair is affected just the same. That leads to that color possibly fading and drying out our ends. I like wearing a nice wide brimmed hat when out at the pool or beach to give myself maximum protection from the sun. If you have hair that's longer than what would show past the shadow of your hat, I recommend wearing your hair in a low bun to keep it out of direct light. A fedora hat is my typical go-to as it gives me enough coverage without being too big, and it goes with pretty much any beach or vacation wear because of course we have to be cute always. If you want even more coverage, you can go with an even larger brim hat to block out even more sun on your body and hair. Tip 2 is to wet your hair prior to getting in the water. If you are a water lover like myself, whether it be in the ocean or pool, wetting your hair prior to that water exposure will help to prevent your hair from absorbing the chemicals and minerals that are in the water. Once your hair is already wet, it can only absorb so much more moisture, so it's an easy way to prevent your hair from absorbing water that isn't ideal for it. Both saltwater and chlorine essentially draw out moisture that is naturally in our hair, leaving you with that dry, brittle feeling. It's obviously most ideal to avoid getting your hair wet when at the pool or the beach, but that's not always realistic. I'm sure some of you have children that are little fish and make that an impossible thing. And it's also just sometimes really refreshing to submerge ourselves fully under the water. If there is an outdoor shower available to you, that's the most ideal way to wet your hair prior to getting in the water. If an outdoor shower is not available to you, you can bring a spray bottle, or I have even gone as far to bring a spare jug of water. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. With me to the pool or beach to wet my hair prior to getting into the water. Depending on your hair color, I also recommend rinsing your hair out once again when you're out of the water. If you have a really vibrant color or fantasy shade, you should be rinsing your hair pre and post water exposure to help prevent your color from fading. Tip 3 is use a leave-in conditioner. To follow up tip 2, spraying a leave-in conditioner into your hair post pool or ocean is a great way to add that hydration back into your hair. Not only will this help to detangle your hair post swim, but it's going to start hydrating your lovely locks to balance out the dryness that chlorine and salt water cause. This will also help to give you additional protection should you get back into the water, and can even be applied to your hair immediately after tip 2. After getting out of the water, you will want to towel dry the excess water in your hair and just spritz the product through. I like keeping on hand a wide tooth comb or a wet brush to work the product through my hair to remove any tangles that may have formed from my time in the water. I also recommend placing that hat back on your head to keep your beautiful face and hair protected from the sun. I will list some great leave-in conditioning options in the description below, and while you're checking out that description box, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Here, Summer Beauty consists of all things hair and more to provide you with educational videos and have some fun, of course, while we're at it. I'm happy to have you here, and I look forward to growing with you. So subscribe if you will, and be a little daring and hit the notification bell so you know each time I upload. Tip 4, use a clarifying shampoo. With the extra water exposure our hair takes on in the summer, using a clarifying shampoo is super important to remove buildup that can get on your hair, especially from a pool. This is a super important product to keep on hand all summer long, especially too if you have kids. In my 16 years as a hairstylist during the summer, I would have so many clients complaining of their kids' hair feeling that rough, slimy feel from the chlorine. Obviously, kids love a pool. They've got no concerns about their hair getting damaged from the water, but a clarifying shampoo will help remove the buildup that chlorine can cause. When using a clarifying shampoo, you'll want to use this typically at least once a week, and it's definitely a product you want to pack for your vacation. As a hotel and resort pool, they're often highly chlorinated. I suggest 2 washes using your clarifying shampoo to really get the appropriate cleanse that they provide. Make sure to properly wash your hair. You want to make sure you are working your fingers throughout your entire scalp. I will often break my hair into multiple sections to really work the product through my scalp and hair, rinse and wash once more to get a complete cleanse. Tip 5 is to use a weekly hydrating mask. With the dehydration that our hair takes on in the summer months, we want to be replacing that loss of hydration with a weekly treatment mask, or maybe even twice a week if you are one who is constantly out in the sun and in and out of the water. A hydration mask is applied after your shampoo, and to get the most benefit from them, you will want to towel dry your hair to remove excess water to allow for your hair to absorb as much of that mask as possible. You're gonna start at your ends and you wanna liberally apply that mask, working your way up, and use a wide tooth comb it through your hair. I like to apply a plastic cap over my hair to allow for some natural heat, which is gonna help open the cuticle and allow for more hydration to work itself into the hair. Most masks sit usually for about 10 minutes, but you can leave them on a little longer should you choose. And once you're ready to rinse, it's best to use a cooler water temp to seal those ends and get max hydration. And to give you guys a bonus tip, we're getting wild here. Make sure to see your stylist for a healthy trim or haircut by summer's end to remove any split or brittle ends that have managed to form over the course of the season. I recommend having a cut at the start of the summer as well, especially if it's been more than 2 months since your last cut. You want to start the summer with your ends as healthy as possible, so that way your hair has the best chance of staying healthy while following along with tips 1 through 5. The summer season is a great time of year, and with these 5 tips, you'll be able to keep your hair in great condition while enjoying the fun of the sun and more. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with this video all about selecting the right hair repair products that you can check out right now. I'll see you guys on the next one.